Hey guys, welcome to the Touchdown Table. I'm Ryan, that's Tyler, that's Jordan. Once again, grateful to be back in person here again for our second consecutive picks video. It is time for Week 6 picks. Some interesting games here on the slate as we progress. Season's flying by, hard to believe we say that every year, but wow, Week 6 already, let's get started.
Let's hope this video is not as disastrous as the last one we did, not looking at anyone in particular.
Let's just say we have a special guest who's going to join us again.
But let's not waste any time here. Let's get right into the games. And who wants to start? Jordan, should I start or should you start?
I don't know. You started last time, but I don't think you were supposed to.
That was bad luck, so we're going to go back to you this time.
Well, I had the power to keep the luck the same, but I will try not to on this video. I'll be more civil, but still fun. Thursday Night Football. I don't think this will be a very good game. I'll just be honest with you. It's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Philadelphia Eagles. And I'll be honest with you again. I don't know how the Eagles won that game last week against the Panthers. I think the Panthers dominated that game throughout and then just lost it at the end. There was the blocked punt, and, I don't think they deserve to win. Anyways, a win is a win. They're going to lose this one 30-17.
Yeah, Tampa Bay really got back on track. It was kind of an ugly win for them in New England, but they really did what they were supposed to against the Dolphins. The Eagles, give them credit. They got the upset win. Again, if they play that game 10 times, Carolina probably wins 7 or 8, but hey, that's why they play the game. And as we say, any given Sunday. So props for the Eagles, but I think Tampa Bay is the better team. And I think, with their offensive weapons, they're going to do more than enough to pull this one out. They win 34-23.
But we know the reason why this is on Thursday night. They're trying to do the Tom Brady versus Eagles thing, right? Back with that when the Super Bowl a couple of years ago.
No, it's not a terrible excuse to get.
It's a good reason. But then you look at the game itself, and this probably isn't going to be the best.
It's probably the second best Thursday Night Football game of the year.
Second best?
I mean, the Jaguars, Bengals. I mean, the other ones were actually good games. They just weren't good games.
Yeah. They didn't look like they were going to be good games. They ended up being close games. But anyways, I'm just going to pick this game right now. Buccaneers the better team at this point in time. Buccaneers win this one 31-23 on the road. That moves us to our Sunday night slate, and we're going to start with the Dolphins at the Jaguars. Two teams that have been struggling for different reasons. Got rookie growing pains with the Jacksonville Jaguars and Trevor Lawrence, and for the Miami Dolphins, Tua out, so they're still trying to find their way with Jacoby Brissett. I think they do in this game, getting the win, keeping the Jaguars winless 24-20 Dolphins.
Yeah, both these teams are kind of in unideal situations right now, as you mentioned. I mean, the Dolphins, we don't really know what their situation is at the quarterback position. Tua is still banged up. Jacoby Brissett apparently got banged up against Tampa a little bit. How close will? I mean, I think he'll play. I haven't seen any signs that he wouldn't. We're filming this on Monday, so things could change. But I really think that with the Jaguars, we've seen bright spots. This is a better team than they were last year, and I really think that we've seen promise. They had a really strong first half in Cincinnati, really strong first half against the Cardinals. And I just think it's a matter of time before they break through. And I think, London game, Dolphins team that's been struggling, got quarterback questions. Definitely a scenario where I could see the Jaguars pulling off the upset because I assume they'd be underdogs. Give me the Jaguars in the London upset as, it's London, the Jaguars' second home these days. Give me the Jags. And
they barely have a first home.
Yeah, give me the Jags, true. To get their first win of the Lawrence Meyer era, 23-20.
Sorry, Duval fans. I didn't mean.
How long will that era be?
Yeah. And there should be a prop bet. Will Urban Meyer fly home with the team?
Yeah, London is pretty nice. So
I don't know. You might stay with. I was going to say. I don't. What do they have a king? Is it a parliament?
They have a prime minister.
Prime minister. That's what it is.
Going with it.
That's what I was going to do.
This is why these videos are 35
with the prime minister. Anyways, Florida matchup here between I guess the Florida men. I don't know. Anyways,
in Florida.
It is. They're both in Florida. Yeah. Miami is in Florida, and Jacksonville is in Florida. I don't really have much to say about this game. Honestly, I don't think it's the most exciting game in the world. I picked the Dolphins to win just because I think their defense is going to do enough to withhold Trevor Lawrence and his squad of teammates. 23-20. I was going to pick a different adjective for that, but I did not, if that's even the word to use. Anyways, next game is the Chiefs at Washington, and I said I was gonna have a guest here. Last video I had a incident where I threw a squirrel at the camera. The squirrel is back for this one.
At least it wasn't a frog.
He's just gonna chill here. I think I did it during the I don't know when I did it, but anyways, just wanted to bring him back out here for today's video. He could sit right there. Anyways, Chiefs on Sunday Night Football just got absolutely wrecked. It was as a football fan, just weird to see. Chiefs have been so consistently good, putting up points, and even if their defense has not done their job, they still have got some really great wins, and that was just an absolute flop by their team. You don't see that very often. I'm not overreacting. I think the Chiefs are still a powerhouse team in the AFC, and it wouldn't shock me to see them go to another AFC championship or push for another Super Bowl. But right now, they're in a tough situation. They need to get things put back together, and I think Washington, although they've been all right, I like what Heineke's been able to do, but I think they're a team that can bounce back and just put that loss aside from last week on Sunday Night Football, which I could rant about what happened with that game, but I'll do that when we get to the Bills. 30-20, the Chiefs bounce back.
Yeah, I wasn't able to watch that Sunday night game, but just based on following
Because
it
what?
and what?
Because why?
Because I was at the White Sox Astros game watching the White Sox.
Don't say anything
win.
more because by the time this video comes out,
yeah.
they might be out.
Yeah, I'm a Texans
saw
fan,
game
but
3.
I'm a White Sox fan. So there, that's a little
All right,
strange.
back
but
to the
yeah.
game.
Anyway, yeah, go White Sox. Hopefully they're still alive by the time you're watching this video. Anyway,
That sounds
Chiefs-
brutal.
Well, hopefully their postseason run is
Just
still
pet
alive.
the squirrel.
Okay. Anyway, wrong sport for this channel. Like you said, the Chiefs have talents. It's been a rough start. They've already lost 3 games. Some people didn't even think they would lose that much all year. Been a rough start. They faced some adversity. And, those close to Patrick Mahomes are surely vocalizing their frustrations on social media a lot. Again, I mean, that's just another storyline out there. Nothing really wrong with that. But
Everyone's favorite, his brother.
Yeah. Yeah. Some interesting things out there, some interesting social media fights. But anyway, that's not the point. Kansas City bounces back. They're going to be fine. They win 34-27.
I want to make this pick quick. There's a couple reasons why I'm picking the way I am. Number 1, the Washington defense has been a huge disappointment this year. And number 2, the Chiefs offense is coming off a bad game where they're going to be mad and ready for some revenge against this Washington defense. I think the Chiefs dominate, winning 34-21. Bringing us to our next one, which is the Rams and the Giants. I'm just take a quick moment here to point out Kadarius Toney's big game because
Yay.
Ryan and I talked about him last week a little bit. And
I'd like to take a quick moment to
everyone
point
hated
out
on
that
him
he
for the
punched
first-
someone in the face.
I was about to
after
get
that.
there. He's really good at football, it seems like, but do not put him in the boxing ring because that punch was completely missed.
Hey.
Luckily for his hand, it was completely missed. But anyways, I'm going to pick the Rams to win. Daniel Jones might not even play in this game. 27-23 Rams.
Yeah, the Rams have put themselves in a good position because getting that win over Seattle gives them the long week, and their next 3 games are looking really favorable. So obviously 1 week at a time, but it's really looking like they could be 7-1 in a few weeks. I think they get to 5-1 here. The Rams offense is really just so fun to watch. Matthew Stafford's just so confident back there. They're really, stretching the ball down the field. They have that quick strike ability. They got a strong running game with Henderson, and Sony Michel's doing some nice things as well. That's been a kind of an underrated acquisition, and he's made, I think, more of an impact than some people might have expected. But yeah, the Rams offense is just so fun to watch. Matthew Stafford's having fun back there. You can tell he's enjoying his change of scenery, in that defense, you already know what they can do. Give me the Rams 27-16.
I like what the Rams bring to the table. That win against the Bucs a couple weeks ago kind of showed everyone just how good that team is. But although they got the win against the Seahawks, it was kind of sloppy. And the week before, obviously, they lost to the Cardinals. And so, Carson Wentz just scored a big touchdown. Anyways, get that game back on. Okay. Crap, that threw me off guard. Anyways, so with the Rams, I like what they've done this year. It's been pretty good to watch, but I think there's been some inconsistencies. And remember, maybe you don't remember, maybe you didn't watch. I have them going to the Super Bowl. I have them losing to the Browns. I think, if I could remember correctly.
Wait.
Do I that?
I thought you had them beating the Browns.
I don't know.
I thought you had the Browns winning Super Bowl.
Who knows? I'll watch that later. But I think it's going to be something like what we saw with the Bucs last year, where they had some games where they struggled. They lost to the Bears on Thursday Night Football. Got to remind Tom Brady of that one because that's the only good thing we've done in years. Although the Bears won their last 2 games, we'll talk about that soon. But I'd like to see a little bit more consistency from Stafford. He played all right on Thursday night, but not the way he should have been. I think they're still, although they're a fantastic team, have a lot of great weapons, trying to put it all together. I think they will. I think they'll make a huge run. Needless to say, they're playing the Giants without Daniel Jones, and so this should be a pretty simple game. 28-17, Rams win this puppy. Okay, next game is the Texans at the Colts. Ryan will be at this game at Lucas Oil Stadium.
There you go.
And he'll probably rant about the Texans in a second, so I'm just not going to talk about them. We don't know the result of the Colts games. That's happening right now. As I just told you, Carson Wentz just threw a 42-yard touchdown pass to Michael Pittman Jr. Anyways, I have Michael Pittman Jr.'s team winning 32-21 over David Culley and the Culleys.
Okay. Yes, like Jordan said, I will be at this game. Really looking forward to it. Been going to Indianapolis. I think this will be maybe my 6th time around there. It's a really nice stadium, really nice city.
I drove outside of it.
People are friendly there, especially considering my experience there as a football fan. Never had any issues. The people there are super nice. So looking forward to that environment. Nice stadium, like I said. But I don't think I'll see my team win. I have the Colts winning 31-24. And by the way, the Texans game last week, I just want to say the Texans had the talent to win that game. There was just really some questionable coaching in that second half. If your kicker has missed 2 extra points and has kicked a ball out of bounds on a kickoff, and you're faced with an opportunity to kick a 56-yard field goal in the second half when you're winning, or you could go for it on 4th down, which you've done successfully previous times before earlier in the game, or you could take the delay and punt it, play field position. Again, you're winning. So yeah, I like David Culley as a person, but that decision and a few others really disappointed me. So I feel bad for the players. I thought they had the talent to win the game, but got held back by their coaching. But it's tank for someone. I don't know, because a lot of people are doing bad. Anyway, Colts win 31-24.
Who's it gonna be?
I don't know.
Gosh.
Well, I'm not wrong.
Yeah. All right. 2 teams that might be better than the record. They've played in a lot of close games this year, but I'm going to pick the home team in the Colts 30-27. We'll see how they do against the Ravens tonight, but I have them winning that game, so let's hope they can win another one. That brings us to the Bengals and the Lions. The poor Lions, man. Just losing all these close games. I love to see the emotion from Dan Campbell. See him get passionate about his players and how much effort they're putting into, but there might be more crying this week as I have them losing to Joe Burrow and the Bengals, who have been looking good. 29-27 Bengals.
Yeah, I just like what you said about Dan Campbell there, because, when you look at Detroit's roster on paper, they should not be competing with Baltimore, or they should not even, even with an okay team like the Vikings, they should not be stacking up evenly against these teams. Yeah. But really, though, they really care, okay?
That's the point.
Yeah, I took it that way. But I think when you look at Detroit, I think, you got to say, I would say, the first thing you got to do to get out of a hole is to stop digging. I think they've stopped digging. I think they've found a guy who's really creating a good culture. I think he believes in his players, and I think his players kind of reciprocate Dan Campbell's energy and motivation. I think he's done a great job keeping the energy positive, also acknowledging how tough a couple of these losses have been for Detroit early in the season. And they've played hard, they've played tough, and I just think, at some point with how close they're getting, there's got to be that breakthrough week. I think this will be it. I think it's a doable one. Again, I really like the culture that Dan Campbell's building in Detroit. I think, there's lots of signs of encouragement. So I think Detroit finally breaks through and those fans have something to cheer about. Give me them with the upset over the Bengals, 26-21.
Wouldn't shock me. We talked about a lot about the Lions. Let's talk about the Bengals for a second, because this is a team that a lot of people are saying is legit, and they think that they're going to be serious contenders, and I'm pumping the brakes hold on. The Bears beat this team, and I'm a Bears fan.
We're going to the Super Bowl.
No, we're not. We stink. We'll get to them very soon. Literally after this pick. But anyways, with the Bengals, I don't think they're a bad team. I like Burrow. I don't think their defense is sufficient enough. And although Jamar Chase has done some great stuff, I think he's being overhyped just a little bit. Great game last week for the Bengals. They put out a nice performance, but I don't think the hype is completely necessary, even though they are winning the division at the point where we stand right now, although the Ravens game is not over.
Yeah.
So you'll see that after, but I don't know. Anyways, Bengals 24-23. I had to have the Lions lose by 1 because that's just what they do.
Okay. 2 usually, I think, right?
19-17.
Yeah. I did 29-27 to put the extra digit on there.
Yeah. Well, anyways, now to the Bears game. They're playing the Packers at home. I'm a Bears fan. I just said it. And gosh, I don't know what the heck is happening right now. I don't know how we just won 2 games in a row. I don't think our team is good. I don't know how we scored touchdowns, to be honest with you. I don't know how we move the ball on offense because we just get penalties and somehow we move the ball. I guess our run game's all right. I'm just confused watching Bears game to see us win 2 in a row, especially against the Raiders, who are not a bad team. We'll talk about the Raiders in a bit and their controversy with Coach John Gruden, who is now out. of Las Vegas. He will not be saying Viva Las Vegas anymore. I was thinking of the word for dead in Spanish, but I don't know the word, and he's not dead. And I don't know the word for quitting either. 20-17, I had the Bears winning, of course, because I always have them winning. They're playing the Packers, though, and we always get annihilated by the Packers. And so if we win this game, I would be shocked, as always.
Yeah, I didn't really get a chance to watch as much of the late windows as I normally would because I was tailgating. But like you said, Bears pulling off the upset in Las Vegas. I really just didn't think it was a good matchup for the Bears heading in with how weak their offensive line is and how good the Raiders' pass rush has been doing. Also, the loss of David Montgomery I thought was going to be a big factor, but it sounds like Damian Williams made a get
more of Khalil Herbert. Remember that name?
Oh yeah, the rookie out of Virginia Tech, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So clearly they've got other options, and I will say, when I go put these red dots on this, on the graphic to make my picks, this was a game that I initially skipped over on my first round that I wanted to think about for a second, and the fact that I am thinking about it is a testament to the Bears.
You made the right decision. So.
And well, so I disagree with you, but I made the right decision. I ultimately just did go with the Packers because I just kind of felt like until I have a reason to pick the Packers to lose to the Bears, I shouldn't. Again, I think this is pretty much a toss-up. I think with it being at Soldier Field with the Bears coming off some positive momentum, the upset could easily happen. But the Packers, hard to bet against Aaron Rodgers unless you have a really good reason to. So give me the Packers and a tight one, 27-26.
Mm-hmm. Fitting we had the Bengals and the Packers right next to each other because of the game last week.
Yeah.
I'm going to do something I don't do very often.
You're picking the Bears?
Well, yeah, that too. Spoiler alert. But I'm going to go based on a vote of confidence in my hometown team, the Chicago Bears.
You have confidence in this team?
I have confidence in the defense, and that's really all it's about.
No,
if we could stop Aaron Rodgers at home, I think we could get this win. I also looked at the upcoming schedule, and we need this win. We got the 49ers. The Buccaneers, next week, the 49ers, Steelers,
49ers.
Ravens, and then we're back to Lions and the Cardinals. So it's a tougher next stretch. Just going to be a good way to start it off. I got the Bears winning 27-24. I'm not confident in it, but whatever. Los Angeles Chargers and Baltimore Ravens. Once again, Ravens playing right now on this screen. So we don't know how that game finished off. You guys do watching this now. If you know the Ravens score. Yeah. But Chargers also looking very good, as I predicted in the preseason. I'm going to keep putting my money on them because I had them going to the Super Bowl, meaning they need to win games to get there. So I'm going with Chargers 32-24.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with what the Chargers are doing. They've beaten some good teams, and they're just playing disciplined football. I mean, the offensive line is doing good. Justin Herbert's doing what he did last year and then some. The receivers are making plays down the field, and Brandon Staley's a coach really displays confidence in his team. He's there to win. We saw it in that game against the Chiefs. Like, he went in there saying, like, we're gonna beat you if we have a chance where it's in our control and we're gonna put this thing away. We're gonna do that. He has that like all-in mentality of we're either doing this or we're not like, oh, let's punt and play field position. He's like, no, if he has the chance to win the game, he's taking that chance. And I think it's good. I think it kind of fits the type of team that he has. I think he's got guys that are confident. Obviously, the joke is that, they have no fans, but I think they've almost kind of embraced that kind of us against the world mentality. I think, like, after the Monday night game, like, when they asked Herbert about the fans, he said, like, oh, that's just how we want it, us against the world, we block out the noise. I don't know if that's how you want it, but I get the point he was trying to make. And yeah,
basically saying, yeah, we don't recognize we have fans.
Well, he acknowledged the truth, but he basically said, hey, we believe in what we got, and that's all that matters. That's my
all I'll say is I wish I was a Chargers fan right now.
No, they're looking great. If you're a Chargers fan, go out, see your team. You got a good bunch.
It's like,
and I think that fans or not, I think the Chargers pull off the win on the road. Well, they're always on the road, really, but they pull off the win truly on the road in Baltimore, 24-21.
Yeah, I like the Chargers. I like Brandon Staley. I would like to make a point, though. The better Staley is the Bears mascot, Staley. But anyways, okay. The Chargers, they have been nothing short of electric this year. It's been really fun to watch. Yes, you got the joke. And I think you got both jokes because there were two in that one. You probably don't get both of them. But it's been really fun to watch the Chargers play football this year. Defense last week really didn't do too much against the Browns. Which, by the way, that's got to hurt. We'll get to the Browns in 2 picks here. But a tough game for the Browns, a great game for the Chargers, and Justin Herbert just keeps pouring it on. He's really had that connection going with Mike Williams this year. I'm upset because he's not throwing the ball to Keenan Allen as much, and he's on my fantasy team. However, they've been really playing some great football, and so it's been fun to watch. I love Justin Herbert, and I'm going to make a statement here. We still got time. Tua is not playing, but I think Justin Herbert is going to be the better quarterback, and I had Tua ranked in front of Herbert. I don't think it's a huge statement or anything, but it's just a statement that I felt was going to have to be made. They're playing the Ravens, and the Ravens always play down to their competition, but since they're having to play up to this game, it'll probably be a close game, but the Chargers are just, they're on point right now. I'm not going to doubt Justin Herbert, and so I have them winning 31-24. Next game is the Vikings at the Panthers, and this is a game that I hope the Panthers win because I'm a Bears fan. I don't want the Vikings to be winning games. I think this will be a good game at the end of the day. Panthers coming off a tough loss, though, to the Eagles, as I mentioned, a game that they really should not have lost. And the Vikings, I'm blanking on what happened with them last week. Someone tell me.
They beat Detroit on the last.
Oh, yes, they beat Detroit.
We talked about that one earlier.
And for all intents and purposes, they basically lost that game, but they won.
Telling me.
Yes, but I just want to make sure I had the right person that I picked. So I thought I picked the other team, but I didn't. Okay, I picked the Panthers to win this game because Sam Darnold needs to stop throwing interceptions in bad times. 26-24.
Yeah, this is a weird game. I just think it's like, the teams that like at times look like they're good, but you just can't trust them. Like you feel like these are two teams that could look really good but could also flop completely any given week. So this is one that I think will be a close game, but I'm taking Carolina at home. Hopefully they get CMC back. Same for the Vikings. Hopefully they get Dalvin Cook back because that would be a pretty fun running back matchup to watch. But give me Carolina 30-22.
You're right in the fact that both these teams, they're not quite sure what to think about them. I'm more confident in the Panthers. However, this week I'm going with an upset because I look back and I'm pretty sure I pick the Vikings to lose every week, so I feel bad. So I'm picking them to win this week, 26-21 Vikings win. Bringing us to the Cardinals and the Browns. Browns against the Chargers last week had a lot of offense in this is a good game. And the Cardinals have had a lot of offense all year. This is going to be a spicy game. However, I decided to go with what I would assume would be the upset. The 5-0 Cardinals I have losing this game
Okay, I got a story.
to the Browns, 37-31 in favor of the Browns. This was a tough one for me to pick. I would not be surprised if the Cardinals won.
You would assume that that'd be an upset, but apparently it's not too original because the Browns are favored. I was very disappointed and surprised to find that out, but anyway, that's not important. I have the Browns winning 28-24. But I mean, come on, they're undefeated. Like why can't the Browns be underdogs? Why?
Why? Okay, never mind. I'm not going to say that.
Yeah, don't do that.
I think just look at who we picked and you might know why. Yeah. Go ahead, Jordan.
Well, if you've been watching these picks videos, you know I love the Browns, and I just talked about them. A tough loss last week against the Chargers. They're looking to bounce back against a very formidable opponent in the Cardinals, who, again, have not lost a game yet this season. We're in a closer game than they should have been last week against a Trey Lance-led 49ers team. And so,
they did still have red in their jerseys.
That's true. They are a red team in the Trey area. But anyways, I don't know why you're laughing.
Yeah, no.
Oh, you're laughing at that. Okay. I love the Browns. I think Baker Mayfield's shoulder is going to be all right. I think Nick Chubb needs to keep scoring touchdowns. And if Kareem Hunt scores another touchdown this year, I'm going to lose my freaking mind. I threw my phone on the ground
twice
when I saw Kareem Hunt score a touchdown last week, and it better not happen again. 27-23, Browns gave the Cardinals their first loss. Go Browns. Dog pound, whatever they're saying is. I know a Browns fan. Okay. Raiders at Broncos. Raiders just got handed an L by the Bears somehow. Still shocked by that. I don't know how we won. Also, John Gruden. I mentioned it. He's out of there. I don't know what happened. I'm still very confused. I've heard a few reports on it. Apparently, he met with Mark Davis, the most handsome man on the team. Don't take that. I don't
sarcasm know. Meter. Where's the sarcasm?
Yes, sarcasm. And he decided that, or I guess, I don't know, he wanted to go. I don't know if it was mutual. I don't know if they told him, you're out of here. Just say you want to go. I don't know how it went down. You might know because this video will be coming out a couple of days later. But anyways, he is gone again. And they're playing Vic Fangio, the raging maniac who hates the Ravens. Just kidding. I like Vic Fangio because he was the Bears defensive coordinator, but I don't like his team winning this game. I think after losing that game against the Bears, the Raiders are looking to bounce back. And I don't know who's their head coach going to be, but they'll get their first win as
I could tell you that it's going to be.
Interim head coach. 24-17. Who's it going to be, Tyler?
Raiders assistant coach Rich
Eisen.
Bisaccia.
Yeah.
Visakia. Something.
Yeah.
Raiders fans, you know what it is.
You heard
I'm
it
sure.
first. Rich Eisen.
I'm
is
just
gonna be the
reading
coach.
Schefter's tweet,
See
so I have
Mike
not
Mayock.
seen the pronunciation
They
yet.
should get
But
Mike
assistant
Mayock.
coach, here's a picture of him. You guys can see. Sorry, you guys can't. That's him right there. He's
All
got a
right.
nice goatee going, in case you haven't seen
I
a
like
picture
me.
of him. So, anyways, keep going, Ryan.
Yeah.
Get in, Latavius. Oh.
Oh!
Go
Was he
Darius.
down?
Go Darius.
Was
Go
he down?
Darius.
Oh, he's
Oh,
down
they-
now.
they-
Oh my gosh. We're reacting to a play.
Is he gonna
Go.
go?
No! We're gonna see
I
him
thought he
down.
was down. The Colts just recovered a fumble.
For context, yeah, we're
Yeah.
talking about. We don't know if it's gonna count yet,
Look at
but
that dance.
I really thought Lamar was down, but maybe not.
it's the play where the Colts went all the way downfield in the Monday night game. Sorry if you haven't watched it yet. Spoiler alert. We're about to see if it's a fumble right here, but right after this, we'll get right back to the video. I promise.
Should we do this Tony Romo style? No,
He's down. Oh, yeah, he was definitely down easily.
That's
Oh.
close.
Jim, let's take a look at that left knee, Jim. Let's see the knee. Oh, yeah, it's down.
the ball's
Oh,
coming out
pops
there.
out right
That's
at
close.
the time the knee
Now
hits
we're
the
gonna bring in our
ground,
expert
Jim.
Gene's territory.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's take a
guys,
look at that left knee.
Gotta watch that left
Oh,
knee,
that's like
guys.
right-
When is the
Ooh.
ball coming out? Remember a key thing here. You know, the call on
Yep.
the field was a fumble. That can come into play. Do we have indisputable evidence? I don't know, guys. This
I
will
don't
be
think we
close.
do, but we'll get back to the call in a second. Let's get back.
I think that was pretty
Let's
good.
get back to the game.
Okay, yes, the game.
What team are
the
we
game.
picking? Raiders, Broncos.
Yeah.
We're back.
Okay.
If you're still
Just
here.
pick the score and let's keep moving. 'cause
Okay.
otherwise this isn't
Yeah.
time.
Obviously, Raiders, a lot of drama going on there. New coach is going to have to really rally the troops. Not going to get into the nitty gritty of that situation. I'm sure you've seen all that out there. But fact of the matter is, it's a new era of Las Vegas football. Certainly,
You know how to do
just
something.
something we would never have expected just a few weeks ago. But it's the way it is. It's the new reality. But I think the Raiders will rally and find a way and beat the Broncos 34-31.
It finally seemed like Gruden was going to turn the Raiders around, but things started to come out, which we're not going to discuss because that's not what we do on the touchdown table, and he ended up resigning, I believe. So let's not hit on that situation too much. Let's just hit on this game. Now the Raiders,
Let's hit on the camera.
they're going to have a distraction this week, but I think it'll still be fine. I think they can overcome it and still beat the Broncos 27-19. Raiders win. Next up, Cowboys and Patriots. The Cowboys have looked unstoppable this year. Patriots have been really on and off. Almost lost to the Texans last week. I'm assuming this is going to be the game of the week, which is nice. That means I can watch Mac Jones, which I always love to do.
Yeah.
But I have Mac Jones' team losing to the Cowboys, who offensively and defensively surprisingly have looked good. 33-27 Cowboys.
Yeah, like what you said about Mac Jones, he's really a pro. Plays the game very well.
He is a professional
yeah,
football
but
player, right?
the way he plays the game, I think he's just doesn't play like a rookie. You would think he's a 10-year vet, sees the field really well, makes good decisions in a lot of aspects, and wasn't pretty last week against the
Great
Texans,
vision.
but he capitalized
Great decisions.
along. Oh, this is one of the videos like 30 minutes. He capitalized when it mattered most.
Hey, it's okay.
capitalized
Nobody's
off of the
watching at this
Texans'
point,
mistakes.
anyways.
And
I
I really
left 20
think
minutes
that,
ago.
give Mac Jones his credit, but Dallas is really playing good football. Dak Prescott's firing on all cylinders, getting the receivers involved. The running back duo of Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard now is doing some nice things. He's been having a solid year. And honestly, defensively, normally we make fun of Dallas for not having a strong defense, but they are making plays. And
Trayvon Diggs,
yes,
baby.
Trayvon Diggs. Hey, maybe
He's
maybe Mac
Diggs in
Jones
my
will
grave, just
throw
like
an intercept-
Stephon Diggs is by not scoring touchdowns.
Hey, maybe Mac Jones will throw it to his former Alabama teammate, and he'll keep the interception streak going, because what the second-year corner Trayvon Diggs is doing is truly remarkable, and that's what Dallas's defense and what Dallas's team overall needed to take that potential next step.
And Micah Parsons has
Yeah,
been doing
and
good.
by the way, Dallas 28-17 is my score pick. If I didn't say that.
Oh, whatever. Jordan?
Oh, shoot him up. Sorry, I was watching the replay. Okay, Dak Prescott. He is my man. He is my quarterback. He did good last week for me in fantasy, but wasn't enough. If he got a couple more yards, I might have won the game, but it's not his fault. It's the Bills' fault, and it's the Rain's fault, and it's Josh Allen's fault for not looking at Dawson Knox and Stephon Diggs. It gets me frustrated. We'll get to the Bills in just a hot second here, but hot take here is that Dak Prescott is going to win the MVP this year. Ooh. Josh Allen's been playing great, but I think that Dak Prescott is the man. Zeke and Tony have been doing some good stuff, but Dak Prescott is the leader of this team, so he'll win Comeback Player of the Year and MVP. I'm assuming that's never happened before. Dak Prescott is amazing. I as many people, not the biggest Cowboys fan, but yet I've become more and more of a Cowboys fan. A, because I know a Cowboys fan, and B, because Dak Prescott is
been
just
that annoying
the
about it.
freaking man. They haven't really been annoying. Even Stephen A. is.
I think after Dak's injury last year, we all felt bad. We know Dak's a great player, so we're glad to see him back.
I think Dak would have won MVP last year if he didn't get hurt. He was playing that well. And by the way, the Giants game last week, that was the matchup where he got hurt again. Or hurt last year, so that must have been nice for him to get out of that one clean and with the win. 34-23, Dak Prescott continues his MVP run, and they beat Mac Jones's Patriots. Seahawks at Steelers. Okay, 2 big losses in this one. We got Russell Wilson out on one side, and then we got everyone's favorite Juju Smith-Schuster out for the season on the other side. We don't know how long Russell Wilson is going to be out, but we do know he'll be out for this game. That means Geno Smith is going to have to step in against a Steelers team that has been struggling. Their defense kind of getting a little bit better, but they certainly have not lived up to the expectations that we thought they would have had coming into the season. Hasn't been the season they wanted to be thus far. So I think this will be a good game. Unfortunately, this is the Sunday night football game, so I don't think it'll be the most exciting one, but it might be close. And I got Geno pulling it out. That's what Joe Buck was calling him all the time. He just said Geno, didn't say Smith at all. But I like calling him Geno. I get an uncle named Geno. 23-17. Geno gets the win with Pete and Ben. Excuse me, Chris. There was a clip of an announcer saying Ben and Carson instead of Chris Carson.
Yeah.
Just for context.
And just an update, we found out that call did stand, but I don't know why the Colts have the ball at their own 20, so maybe...
Because Leonard was down when he threw it backwards.
His
knee was down.
Oh, it was? Okay. There we go. So, yeah, crazy developments there. But, anyway, with this game, I mean, props to Geno Smith. He really hung around, kept the Seahawks in the game for most of the contest last Thursday, so give him credit. But again, remember the Rams, they're game planning for Russell Wilson. They're not paying attention to Geno Smith. He's a mere afterthought. But now with some Geno Smith film out there,
always be game planning for Geno.
With the film out there, with being able to just see the types of plays they ran with him and being able to see how he moves in the pocket and stuff, because he is a pretty mobile guy even this late in his career. I think that'll be a big plus for Pittsburgh, knowing that it's going to be Geno Smith going into it. So I think the Steelers defense will capitalize on that, make Geno Smith uncomfortable when they can, and make some plays and get a much-needed 33-23 win over Seattle.
I would pick the Seahawks to win if Russell Wilson was playing. Also, if the Steelers didn't do what they did last week, they impressed me. I picked them to lose. They were one of my only picks that I got wrong last week. If the Colts win, I'll be 13-3 this week, which is pretty good.
Wow, looks like my record prediction.
All right, and so I'm picking the Seahawks to win 24-20. In the interest of time, let's move on to the Monday night game. And we got another primetime Bills game, which is very exciting to see. This time they're taking on the Tennessee Titans. Bills have looked unstoppable ever since week 1, offensively and defensively, even able to shut down the Kansas City Chiefs. I think they're going to win this game, even though the Titans have been putting up more of a fight. Also, Elijah Molden forced a fumble last week. I just got to point that out.
Oh, my goodness. I'm so proud of him.
34-28, Bills win. So good job, Elijah Molden. Jordan's so proud.
Okay, yeah, let's wrap this up.
Hopefully Antoine Winfield plays this week.
I don't know how you pick against the Bills right now. They're not just beating people, they're beating people badly, and they're beating some good teams badly, like we saw in Kansas City. Give me Buffalo getting some revenge against the Titans, who just, I think it was like that Tuesday game where Tennessee destroyed them, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I think it was a Tuesday, but I don't know. Last season was weird. Give me the Bills 27-23.
Ryan, I can give you a reason to pick against the Bills, and that's because they screwed my fantasy team over last night. And they started by helping my fantasy team. Dawson Knox, who I had to pick up this week because I'm going to talk because no one's watching at this point anyways. Because George Kittle is on IR, I had to pick him up this week. He had a fantastic game, big touchdown catch, another big grab. And so with 8 minutes and 23 seconds left to play in the third quarter, with 23 minutes and 23 seconds to play in the rest of the game is just another way to put it. Clyde Edwards-Helaire got hurt. He's out for like 4 weeks. That sucks for me. I love Clyde. But I still had Knox and Diggs. All they needed was 16 yards in the next 23 minutes and 23 seconds for me to win my first fantasy game of the year. I'm 0-5 now because none of them didn't even get a look. They didn't even give him a look, though. 0 looks. No looks at Dawson Knox or Stephon Diggs.
Give him a look, though.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying.
He's good.
They don't give him no luck. Stephon Diggs still hasn't scored a touchdown this year. He's digs in my grave for my fantasy team right now. That was Tyler's fantasy football name last year when he won the league, and he sucks this year. He's the worst team in the league right now. He's 0-5 but my team's much better than his.
Yeah.
Anyways,
we said,
as you can tell,
his fantasy team is the Lions. His fantasy team is the Jaguars, and I'm 2-3, so I'm not doing great, but. As long as these guys keep doing what they're doing, I'll make the playoffs. So,
as you can tell,
you guys need to play each
As
other.
you can tell, I'm over it. Okay, I'm over it. Actually, I'm over it. Jonathan Taylor just scored. Let's go. He can score 2 more times. I can win my other fantasy football league. Let's go. Woo! No one's watching at this point, anyways. I still have to make a pick. I forgot about that. The Titans are playing this game. I'm mad at the Bills, but I'm still picking them to win because even though Josh Allen is an absolute loser for not throwing to Diggs or Dawson Nix in the time that I mentioned before, he still is a fantastic quarterback, and he will be competing for the MVP with Dak Prescott, which what I said, Dak Prescott is going to beat him out in that one. My phone turned off. Now I got to get my score back. There it is, 34-27. The Bills win the game.
I think that might have been longer than our last week.
It was. Falcons, Saints, Jets, 49ers, all on bye. The bye week started this week, so we don't get to watch our guy Zach Wilson play, and neither does Trey Lance. We'll see.
Oh, I'm so sad.
Starts again.
I'm not proud.
I don't know what I'm going to do this week, and if I
Throw
can't
it to
watch
Diggs.
Zach Wilson play.
We're gonna pick two.
Hold on.
Pick two.
We're watching the play.
No.
Let me get him.
Wait,
Pick 2.
No.
It was a 2-point
And
conversion.
so that's going to do it
No,
for
I
the
know.
video.
Yeah.
If you're still here by
Thank
some
you.
miracle, thank you for watching. I doubt any of you are here. So thank you guys for watching.
I needed
It's glad to
that.
be back here all at the studio.
I'm still happy, though.
together. Hopefully we can
I'm
be
glad to
together
be here.
next week in the
Glad to
dorm
be
room.
still
Ryan's gonna be
kicking.
visiting us.
Yeah,
Still
So we'll see
breathing.
what happens with that.
Sun's still coming up. I'm happy.
We'll see what happens with that.
Except
Thank
I'm
you
a
all
Bears
for
fan,
watching this video. And with
Go
that,
Texans.
we'll
Go Bears.
see you guys
Yeah.
later.
See ya.